Let us begin our journey into the world of cats by traveling back in time, to the golden sands of ancient Egypt, and even further beyond. The story of cats and humans is one that spans thousands of years, woven together through mutual benefit and gradual understanding. Around 10,000 years ago, as humans began settling into agricultural communities in the Fertile Crescent, they stored grain in large quantities. These grain stores attracted mice and rats, and following closely behind these rodents came the wildcats. The Near Eastern wildcat, known scientifically as Felis sylvestris libica, was the ancestor of all domestic cats we know today. Unlike dogs, which were actively domesticated by humans, cats essentially domesticated themselves by choosing to live near human settlements. The ancient Egyptians elevated cats to divine status. They worshipped a cat goddess named Batet, who represented protection, fertility, and motherhood. Cats were so revered that killing one, even accidentally, could result in the death penalty. When a beloved cat died, Egyptian families would shave their eyebrows in mourning and hold elaborate funeral ceremonies, sometimes mummifying their cats to accompany them into the afterlife. Cats have a unique skeletal structure that makes them extraordinarily flexible. They possess 230 bones in their bodies, which is about 24 more bones than humans have. Even more remarkable, cats lack a true collarbone, or their clavicles are free-floating, connected only by muscle. This allows them to squeeze through any opening as wide as their head, as their shoulders can rotate and narrow to fit through tight spaces. The distinctive purring sound that cats make is one of nature's most soothing mysteries. While we often associate purring with contentment, cats also purr when they're frightened, in pain, or even giving birth. The vibrations of a cat's purr fall between 25 and 150 Hz, a frequency range that has been shown to promote healing of bones and tissues. Scientists believe cats may purr to soothe themselves and actually accelerate their own healing processes. A cat's heart beats between 140 and 220 times per minute, which is approximately twice as fast as a human heart. This rapid heartbeat is perfectly suited to their lifestyle as both predators and prey in the wild, allowing them to spring into action at a moment's notice. When a cat rubs against you with their face and body, they're not just being affectionate, they're marking you with their scent. Cats have scent glands located on their cheeks, forehead, flanks, and tail. These glands release pheromones that are unique to each individual cat, essentially claiming you as part of their territory and family group. The mysterious third eyelid that you occasionally glimpse in your cat's eye is called the nictitating membrane. This thin, translucent eyelid moves horizontally across the eye, providing additional protection and moisture. If you see this membrane frequently when your cat is awake, it may indicate that your cat is unwell and should see a veterinarian. Cats spend approximately 70% of their lives sleeping, which means a 9-year-old cat has been awake for only 3 years of its life. This extensive sleep schedule is an evolutionary adaptation from their wild ancestors, who needed to conserve energy for the intense bursts of activity required for hunting. Now let us explore the remarkable sensory world of cats, where they perceive reality in ways quite different from our own human experience. A cat's vision is adapted for hunting in dim light. While they can't see in complete darkness, they can see in light levels 6 times lower than what humans need. This is because cats have a high number of rod cells in their retinas, which detect light and motion. Behind their retinas, cats also possess a layer of tissue called the tapetum lucidum, which reflects light back through the retina, giving it a second chance to be absorbed. This is what causes cats' eyes to glow in the dark when light shines on them. However, cats are not as adept at seeing colors as humans are. They can see blues and greens relatively well, but reds and pinks appear more greenish to them, and purple may look like another shade of blue. Their world is somewhat muted in color compared to ours, but this trade-off allows them to excel at detecting motion and seeing in low light. The whiskers on a cat's face, known as vibrissae, are highly sensitive touch receptors. These specialized hairs are embedded deeper in the skin than regular fur and are connected to the muscular and nervous systems. Whiskers help cats navigate in the dark, detect air currents around objects, and even gauge whether they can fit through tight spaces. The whiskers are generally as wide as the cat's body. Cats also have whiskers on the backs of their front legs, which help them when climbing and holding prey. A cat's sense of hearing is extraordinary, far surpassing that of humans and even dogs. Cats can hear frequencies ranging from 48 Hz to 85 kHz, whereas humans can only hear between 20 Hz and 20 kHz. This allows cats to hear the ultrasonic calls that rodents use to communicate, giving them a distinct advantage when hunting. Their external ears, or pinnae, can rotate independently up to 180 degrees, allowing them to pinpoint the source of a sound with remarkable accuracy. The sense of smell in cats is also highly developed. They possess approximately 200 million odor-sensitive cells in their noses, compared to about 5 million in humans. Cats also have an additional scent organ called the Jacobson's organ, or vomeronasal organ, located in the roof of their mouth. When a cat makes that distinctive open-mouthed grimace, called the Feline response, they're drawing air into this organ to better analyze scents, particularly pheromones. Interestingly, cats cannot taste sweetness. They lack the taste receptor for detecting sweet flavors, which is quite unusual among mammals. This is likely because as obligate carnivores, cats have no evolutionary need to identify sweet, carbohydrate-rich foods. Their taste buds are instead finely tuned to detect the flavors in meat. The rough texture of a cat's tongue serves multiple purposes. The tiny, backward-facing barbs on their tongue, called papillae, are made of keratin, the same material as their claws. These papillae help cats groom themselves efficiently, removing loose fur and distributing natural oils through their coat. When lapping up water, a cat's tongue forms a small cup shape, and they use it to pull water upward into their mouth at a rate of 4 laps per second. Cats have an incredible sense of balance, aided by their vestibular apparatus in the inner ear and their flexible backbone. This is what allows them to almost always land on their feet when they fall, an ability called the righting reflex. As they fall, cats twist their bodies in mid-air, using their tail as a counterbalance, to orient their feet downward. This reflex develops when kittens are just 3 to 4 weeks old. The pads on a cat's paws are highly sensitive and contain numerous nerve receptors. These allow cats to feel vibrations and textures, helping them hunt and navigate their environment. The paw pads also act as shock absorbers when cats jump and land, protecting their bones and joints. Let us now delve into the fascinating ways cats communicate and the meanings behind their curious behaviors. Cats have developed a sophisticated vocal repertoire specifically for communicating with humans. Studies have shown that adult cats rarely meow at each other in the wild. Meowing is primarily a behavior they use with humans. Mother cats meow to their kittens, and kittens meow to their mothers, but as they mature, feral cats largely abandon vocal communication in favor of body language and scent marking. Domestic cats, however, have learned that meowing effectively captures human attention. Each cat develops a unique vocabulary of meows, chirps, and trills that their human companions learn to interpret. Some researchers believe that cats may even modify their meows to manipulate human responses, such as using a higher-pitched, more urgent cry when they want food, a sound that triggers a nurturing response similar to a baby's cry. The position and movement of a cat's tail reveals much about their emotional state. A tail held high with a slight curl at the tip indicates a happy, confident cat. A puffed-up tail signals fear or aggression, as the cat tries to appear larger to potential threats. A tail tucked under the body suggests submission or fear. When a cat slowly swishes their tail back and forth, they're likely feeling irritated or focused, while rapid tail thumping indicates agitation or excitement. Kneading, that endearing behavior where cats push their paws alternately against a soft surface, originates from kittenhood. Kittens need their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow while nursing. Adult cats continue this behavior when they feel content and secure, often needing their favorite humans or soft blankets. Some cats extend their claws while kneading, which can be uncomfortable, but it's the highest compliment. They're treating you like their mother. The slow blink that cats give is often called a cat kiss. When a cat looks at you and slowly closes their eyes, it's a sign of trust and affection. In the cat world, closing one's eyes in the presence of another creature is a vulnerable act, signaling that they don't perceive you as a threat. You can communicate back by slowly blinking at your cat, which often results in them slow blinking in return, a beautiful moment of interspecies understanding. Cats are crepuscular creatures, meaning they're most active during dawn and dusk. This behavior pattern is inherited from their wild ancestors, who found these twilight hours optimal for hunting. Prey animals are active during these times, and the low light provides cover for stalking. This is why your cat may race around the house at 5 a.m. or become particularly playful in the early evening. They're simply following their natural instincts. The hunting behavior in cats is instinctive rather than learned, which is why even well-fed domestic cats will hunt. Cats are what scientists call surplus killers, meaning they'll continue to hunt even when they're not hungry. In the wild, this behavior makes sense. Prey isn't always available, so hunting whenever possible and caching food is a survival strategy. When a cat brings you a dead mouse or bird, they're not bringing you a gift in the way we might think. Rather, they may be treating you as part of their family group, bringing food back to the den, or possibly trying to teach you to hunt, as mother cats do with their kittens. Cats spend up to 50% of their waking hours grooming themselves. This behavior serves multiple purposes beyond cleanliness. Grooming regulates body temperature. When cats lick their fur, the evaporating saliva cools them down in warm weather. It also stimulates blood flow, distributes natural oils for a healthy coat, and serves as a self-soothing mechanism during stressful situations. When two cats groom each other, called allogrooming, it strengthens social bonds and helps them groom hard-to-reach places like the top of the head and neck. Cats create scratching posts naturally by clawing at surfaces. This behavior isn't merely about sharpening their claws, though it does help remove the dead outer layer of the claw sheath. Scratching also serves as a visual and scent marker, as cats have scent glands in their paw pads. When a cat scratches, they're essentially leaving a message for other cats: this is my territory. The vertical scratch marks are visual signals, while the scent left behind provides additional information about the cat's identity. Let us explore the fascinating cognitive abilities of cats and discover just how intelligent these mysterious creatures truly are. The brain of a domestic cat is about 2 inches long and weighs approximately 30 grams. While smaller than a dog's brain, a cat's brain is remarkably similar to a human brain in structure. both cats and humans have cerebral cortices with similar lobes and structures. The cat's cerebral cortex contains about 300 million neurons, compared to about 160 million in dogs, suggesting that cats may have greater capacity for information processing. Cats have both short-term and long-term memory capabilities. Their short-term memory can last up to 16 hours when they're interested in the information, much longer than a dog's short-term memory, which typically lasts only about 5 minutes. This means a cat can remember where you put that treat or which cabinet the cat food is stored in for significant periods. Their long-term memory is even more impressive and appears to be highly selective, with cats remembering important information, particularly related to their survival and comfort, for years. Studies have shown that cats can recognize their owner's voice and distinguish it from strangers' voices. However, unlike dogs, who typically respond immediately when called, cats often choose not to respond, even when they clearly recognize their name. This isn't defiance or lack of intelligence, it's simply that cats, as semi-domesticated animals, haven't evolved the same pack mentality and desire to please that dogs have. Cats respond when they're motivated to do so. Cats are capable of object permanence, the understanding that objects continue to exist even when they can't be seen. This cognitive ability, which human babies develop around 8 months of age, means that a cat knows a mouse that ran under the refrigerator is still there, even though it's out of sight. This makes them more effective hunters and also explains why your cat might stare at a closed door or cabinet, remembering what's on the other side. Social learning occurs in cats, where they observe and learn from watching other cats or even humans. Kittens learn many behaviors by watching their mothers, including using the litter box and hunting techniques. Domestic cats have also been observed learning to open doors, turn on faucets, and even flush toilets by watching humans perform these actions. This demonstrates not only memory but also the ability to make connections between actions and results. Cats can be trained to perform tricks and respond to commands, contrary to popular belief. The key difference from training dogs is that cats require different motivation. While dogs are often motivated by praise and the desire to please, cats are more motivated by food rewards and their own interest in the activity. Clicker training has proven particularly effective with cats, as it provides immediate, consistent feedback that they can associate with desired behaviors. Problem-solving abilities in cats are well documented. In experimental settings, cats have successfully solved puzzle boxes and navigation mazes to obtain food rewards. They demonstrate trial and error learning but can also make sudden insightful leaps in understanding, suggesting they're capable of reasoning rather than just conditioning. Cats possess a theory of mind at a basic level, meaning they understand that other beings have their own perspectives and knowledge. A cat stalking prey will move only when the prey isn't looking, demonstrating understanding that the prey has its own visual perspective. Cats also demonstrate deceptive behavior, such as feigning disinterest in a toy only to pounce when you look away, suggesting they understand that you have your own awareness separate from theirs. The domestication of cats has been a relatively light touch compared to dogs. Cats have been living alongside humans for about 10,000 years, but unlike dogs, who have been selectively bred for specific traits and behaviors for most of that time, cats have largely maintained their wild counterparts' genetic makeup and behaviors. A 2014 genetic study found that domestic cats differ from wild cats in only a handful of genes, mostly related to their boldness around humans. This means the cat sleeping under couch is, genetically and behaviorally, remarkably similar to its wild ancestors. Now let us marvel at the extraordinary physical capabilities that make cats such remarkable athletes of the animal kingdom. Cats are digitigrade walkers, meaning they walk on their toes rather than their entire foot, like humans do. This gives them a longer stride length relative to their body size and allows them to move more quietly and quickly. When you see a cat's foot, you're actually looking at their toes and the ball of their foot. The actual foot extends much further up what appears to be their leg. The jumping ability of cats is truly extraordinary. A healthy adult cat can jump up to 6 times their body length in a single bound. This means a cat that measures 18 inches long can jump 9 feet horizontally. Vertically, cats can typically jump to heights of 5 to 6 feet without a running start. This remarkable leaping ability comes from their powerful hind leg muscles, which make up a significant portion of their muscle mass. A cat's top running speed averages about 30 miles per hour, which they can maintain for short bursts. While this is slower than many dogs, it's still impressive for an animal that typically weighs between 8 and 10 pounds. This speed, combined with their ability to rapidly change direction, makes them effective hunters of small, quick prey. The flexibility of a cat's spine is legendary. Cats have 53 loosely connected vertebrae in their spine. Humans have only 34 fused vertebrae. This, combined with their floating clavicle, allows cats to rotate their bodies while falling, squeeze through tight spaces, and move with that distinctive liquid grace. They can twist their spine more than 180 degrees, which is crucial for their riding reflex. Retractable claws are one of the most distinctive features of cats. Unlike dogs, whose claws are always extended, cats can voluntarily extend and retract their claws using a unique ligament and tendon system. When relaxed, elastic ligaments hold the claws retracted within sheets of skin and fur, keeping them sharp and protected. When a cat needs to use their claws, for climbing, hunting, or self-defense, they contract specific muscles that pull the claws forward and downward. Each of a cat's front paws has 5 toes, while the back paws have 4 toes. The 5th toe on the front paw, positioned similarly to a human thumb but higher up on the leg, is called the dew claw. It doesn't make contact with the ground during normal walking but is used for gripping and climbing. This is what allows cats to climb up trees so effectively. They can grip the bark with their dew claws while their other claws dig in. However, climbing down trees poses a unique problem for cats. Their claws curve backward, which provides excellent grip when climbing up but makes descending headfirst difficult. This is why cats often get stuck in trees and may need to back down slowly, descend in awkward sideways movements, or sometimes require rescue. In nature, wild cats typically jump from branch to branch when descending or leap from moderate heights, trusting their riding reflex to help them land safely. The water-repellent properties of a cat's coat are another fascinating adaptation. While most domestic cats famously dislike getting wet, their fur actually has some water-resistant qualities due to the natural oils distributed through grooming. Some cat breeds, like the Turkish Van, even enjoy swimming. The general feline aversion to water likely stems from the fact that their wild ancestors evolved in dry climates where large bodies of water were uncommon. Cats have a remarkable sense of orientation and homing ability. There are numerous documented cases of cats traveling hundreds of miles to return to their homes after being lost or relocated. Scientists believe this ability may involve sensitivity to the Earth's magnetic field, memory of landmarks and scents, and possibly even celestial navigation using the sun and stars. While not all cats possess this ability equally, it demonstrates the sophisticated sensory integration that cats are capable of. Let us now journey through the life cycle of cats, from the miracle of birth through the stages of growth and aging. Female cats, called queens, experience their first heat cycle at around 6 months of age, though this can vary from 4 months to 1 year depending on the breed and individual cat. Unlike dogs, who typically have 2 heat cycles per year, cats are seasonally polyestrous, meaning they can have multiple heat cycles during breeding season, which typically runs from spring to fall when daylight hours are longest. A queen in heat may seem restless, vocalize loudly, roll on the floor, and assume a distinctive mating posture called lordosis. The mating process in cats is unlike that of many other mammals. Male cats, called toms, have barbed penises. These tiny, backward-pointing spines, made of keratin, cause the female pain during withdrawal, but this pain triggers ovulation. Cats are induced ovulators, meaning the physical act of mating stimulates the release of eggs from the ovaries. This reproductive strategy ensures that eggs are only released when a male is present, maximizing the chances of fertilization. A cat's pregnancy, called the gestation period, lasts approximately 64 to 67 days, about 9 weeks. During this time, a pregnant queen's nipples become enlarged and pink, her abdomen swells, and she may become more affectionate or seek out nesting areas in the days before giving birth. A fascinating aspect of feline reproduction is superfecundation. A single litter of kittens can have multiple fathers. Since cats ovulate after mating and a queen may mate with several toms during her heat cycle, each egg can potentially be fertilized by a different male. A typical litter consists of 4 to 6 kittens, though this number can range from 1 to over 10. When the time comes to give birth, most queens seek out a quiet, dark, safe place for their nest. The birthing process, called queening or kittening, usually proceeds smoothly without human intervention. Each kitten is born in its own amniotic sac, which the mother typically breaks open and eats, along with the placenta. This behavior provides the mother with nutrients and removes evidence that might attract predators in the wild. Newborn kittens are born blind, deaf, and completely dependent on their mother. They weigh approximately 85 to 115 grams, about 3 to 4 ounces, and are small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Their eyes remain closed for the first 7 to 10 days of life, and their ear canals are sealed shut, opening around the same time. Despite these limitations, kittens can smell and feel warmth, which helps them locate their mother and begin nursing within hours of birth. The neonatal period lasts from birth until about 2 weeks of age. During this time, kittens sleep approximately 90% of the time, waking primarily to nurse. They cannot regulate their own body temperature and rely on their mother and littermates for warmth. Kittens also cannot eliminate waste on their own. The mother cat stimulates urination and defecation by licking the kitten's genital areas, keeping the nest clean by consuming their waste. The transitional period, from roughly 2 to 4 weeks, is when kittens begin to interact more with their environment. Their eyes fully open during this time, though their vision is still developing. They begin to hear and respond to sounds. Baby teeth start to emerge at around 3 weeks, and kittens take their first wobbly steps, though they're still quite uncoordinated. By 4 weeks, they're usually starting to explore beyond the nest and may begin eating soft food in addition to nursing. The socialization period, from about 3 to 14 weeks, is crucial for a kitten's development. During this window, kittens learn important social skills from their mother and littermates, including appropriate play behavior, bite inhibition, and litter box use. Exposure to various people, animals, sounds, and experiences during this period helps create a well-adjusted adult cat. This is why many experts recommend that kittens remain with their mothers and littermates until at least 8 to 12 weeks of age. Kittens are considered juveniles from about 3 months to 1 year. This is their adolescent period, characterized by high energy, playfulness, and continued learning. Female cats can reach sexual maturity as early as 4 months, while males typically mature slightly later, around 6 months, though they may not reach full physical maturity until 2 to 3 years of age. During this time, spaying and neutering is recommended unless the cat is part of a responsible breeding program. Let us continue our journey through the feline life cycle, exploring the prime years of a cat's life and their journey into their senior years. Cats reach social maturity between 2 and 4 years of age. While they may be physically mature earlier, their personality and social preferences continue to develop during this time. This is when a friendly kitten might become more reserved, or a shy kitten might blossom into confidence. Understanding that this change is normal can help cat owners adjust their expectations and care appropriately. The prime adult years of a cat span from about 3 to 6 years of age. During this time, cats are typically at their physical peak, athletic, energetic, and in excellent health if properly cared for. A healthy adult cat maintains a stable weight, has bright eyes, a glossy coat, and exhibits consistent behavior patterns. These are often the years when the cat's true personality shines most clearly. Mature adults, from 7 to 10 years old, are comparable to humans in their late 40s to mid-50s. While still active and healthy, cats in this age range may begin to slow down slightly. They might sleep more, play a bit less vigorously, and develop preferences for warmth and comfort. This is an ideal time to begin monitoring for age-related health issues through regular veterinary checkups. Senior cats, aged 11 to 14 years, are entering their golden years. Many cats this age remain quite healthy and active, though they benefit from adjustments to their environment and care. Senior cats may develop arthritis, making it harder to jump to high places, so providing steps or ramps to favorite perches can be helpful. Their nutritional needs may change, and they often benefit from senior-formulated cat food. Geriatric cats, 15 years and older, are truly ancient by cat standards. Thanks to improved veterinary care and nutrition, more cats than ever are reaching this impressive age. Some cats live into their 20s, and the record for the oldest cat ever documented was a cat named Cream Puff, who lived to 38 years and 3 days. These elderly cats require special attention to their comfort, more frequent veterinary care, and patience with any cognitive or physical decline. As cats age, they commonly develop certain health conditions. Chronic kidney disease affects many senior cats, as feline kidneys are particularly susceptible to wear over time. Hyperthyroidism, an overactive thyroid gland, is another common ailment in elderly cats, causing weight loss, increased appetite, and hyperactivity. Dental disease affects up to 70% of cats by age 3. Making regular dental care crucial throughout a cat's life. Arthritis, or degenerative joint disease, affects up to 90% of cats over 12 years old. However, cats are masters at hiding pain, an evolutionary adaptation from their wild ancestors who couldn't show weakness to predators or competitors. Signs of arthritis in cats are subtle: reluctance to jump, difficulty using the litter box, decreased grooming, or changes in behavior. Managing arthritis through pain medication, joint supplements, and environmental modifications can greatly improve a senior cat's quality of life. Cognitive dysfunction syndrome, similar to dementia in humans, can affect aging cats. Signs include disorientation, changes in sleep-wake cycles, decreased interaction with family members, changes in litter box habits, and altered activity levels. While this condition cannot be cured, environmental enrichment, routine consistency, and sometimes medication can help manage symptoms and improve the cat's quality of life. The average lifespan of an indoor cat is approximately 12 to 18 years, while outdoor cats typically live only 2 to 5 years. This dramatic difference is due to the numerous hazards outdoor cats face: traffic, predators, diseases, parasites, and exposure to toxins. Indoor cats live longer, healthier lives, though they benefit from environmental enrichment to prevent boredom and maintain physical and mental health. Now let us explore the fascinating diversity of cat breeds and the genetics that create such variety in our feline companions. Unlike dogs, who have been selectively bred for thousands of years resulting in hundreds of distinct breeds, most cat breeding has occurred only within the last 150 years. The Cat Fanciers Association recognizes 45 breeds, while the International Cat Association recognizes 71. However, the vast majority of cats worldwide, approximately 95%, are mixed breed or domestic cats rather than purebred pedigreed cats. The genetics of coat color in cats follow complex patterns involving multiple genes. The basic color pigment in cats is called eumelanin, which appears black, and pheomelanin, which appears orange or red. Various genes modify these base colors, diluting them or restricting them to certain patterns. For instance, a dilution gene can turn black into gray, called blue by cat fanciers, and orange into cream. The orange or ginger coat color is sex-linked, carried on the X chromosome. This creates an interesting phenomenon: most orange cats are male. Since males have only one X chromosome, XY, they need only one copy of the orange gene to be orange. Females, with two X chromosomes, XX, need two copies of the gene to be fully orange. Female cats with one orange gene and one non-orange gene become tortoiseshell or calico, displaying both orange and non-orange colors in their coat. Calico and tortoiseshell cats are almost always female due to this genetic mechanism. Male calico or tortoiseshell cats are extremely rare, occurring only when a male cat has an extra X chromosome, XXY, a condition called Klinefelter syndrome. These male cats are almost always sterile and occur in approximately 1 in 3,000 calico or tortoiseshell cats. The Siamese, Thai, and related breeds display a fascinating genetic trait called temperature-sensitive albinism. A gene mutation causes the enzyme responsible for producing melanin to be heat-sensitive, working only in cooler parts of the body. This is why Siamese cats have darker coloring on their extremities, the points of their ears, face, paws, and tail, where body temperature is lower, while their core body remains pale. Siamese kittens are born nearly white because the mother's womb is warm. Their points darken as they grow and their extremities become cooler. The hairless appearance of SPHYNX cats results from a recessive genetic mutation. These cats aren't truly hairless, they're covered with a fine down that feels like warm suede. The lack of a protective fur coat means SPHYNX cats require special care. They need regular bathing to remove oil buildup on their skin, protection from sun exposure, and warmth in cold environments. Despite their unusual appearance, SPHYNX cats have all the other typical feline characteristics and are known for being particularly affectionate and social. The Scottish Fold breed, recognized by their distinctive folded ears, carries a genetic mutation affecting cartilage throughout the body. While the folded ears are endearing, this mutation can cause painful joint problems, a condition called osteochondrodysplasia. Responsible breeders carefully manage breeding programs to minimize health issues, but this breed highlights the ethical considerations in selective breeding when appearance traits are linked to health problems. Polydactyl cats, those born with extra toes, have a genetic mutation that's relatively common and generally harmless. Most cats have 18 toes total, 5 on each front paw and 4 on each back paw. Polydactyl cats can have 6, 7, or even more toes on their paws. The author Ernest Hemingway famously loved polydactyl cats, and a colony of about 50 descended from his original cat still lives at his former home in Key West, Florida. Approximately half of these cats are polydactyl. The Manx breed, originating from the Isle of Man, is known for being tailless or having only a stub of a tail. This results from a genetic mutation affecting spinal development. However, the gene is semi-lethal when inherited from both parents, meaning kittens that receive the tailless gene from both parents typically die before birth. Manx cats can also suffer from spinal problems and nerve issues affecting their hindquarters, another example where appearance traits can have health implications. Let us now explore how cats have woven themselves into the fabric of human culture, mythology, and daily life throughout history and around the world. In medieval Europe, cats experienced both reverence and persecution. During the early Middle Ages, cats were valued for their rodent-catching abilities, especially in monasteries where they protected precious manuscripts from mice. However, beginning in the 13th century, cats, especially black ones, became associated with witchcraft and devil worship. Thousands of cats were killed during this dark period, which ironically may have contributed to the spread of the Black Death, as rat populations exploded without their primary predator. Japanese culture has long revered cats, particularly through the legend of the Monekiniko, or beckoning cat. These figurines of cats with raised paws are believed to bring good luck and prosperity to their owners. The Japanese also celebrate cats in their art, literature, and modern pop culture, with cat cafes originating in Taiwan but becoming extraordinarily popular in Japan, where people can enjoy beverages while spending time with resident cats. Islamic tradition holds cats in high regard, influenced by the Prophet Muhammad's documented love for cats. According to Islamic lore, Muhammad once cut off his robe sleeve rather than disturb his cat Muetza, who was sleeping on it. This reverence for cats continues in many Islamic cultures today, where cats are welcomed in mosques and homes, while dogs face more restrictions. The Norse goddess Freya, associated with love, beauty, and fertility, was said to ride a chariot pulled by 2 large cats. In Norse mythology, cats were seen as magical creatures, and killing a cat could invoke Freya's wrath. This positive association with cats stood in stark contrast to the later medieval European persecution of felines. Ships have carried cats for thousands of years, valuing them for their ability to control rat and mouse populations that would otherwise consume food stores and spread disease. Sailor superstitions held that cats brought good luck and could predict weather changes by their behavior. Polydactyl cats were especially prized by sailors, as their extra toes were thought to give them better balance on rocking ships. Ship's cats served on naval and merchant vessels well into the 20th century. The idiom "curiosity killed the cat" speaks to the feline tendency toward investigation and exploration, sometimes to their detriment. This saying, which dates back to the 16th century, reflects the observation that cats' inquisitive nature can lead them into dangerous situations. However, the full saying includes a less commonly known second part, but satisfaction brought it back, referring to the 9 lives myth and suggesting that curiosity, despite its risks, is ultimately worthwhile. Speaking of 9 lives, this myth appears in various forms across cultures. In Spanish and Italian-speaking countries, cats have 7 lives, while Turkish and Arabic traditions grant cats 6 lives. The origin of this belief likely stems from cats' remarkable ability to survive falls and escape from dangerous situations, combined with their quick reflexes and resilient nature. The Broadway musical Cats, based on T.S. Eliot's poetry collection Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats, became one of the longest-running shows in theater history. It demonstrates the enduring appeal of cats in popular culture and their ability to inspire artistic expression. From ancient Egyptian art to modern internet memes, cats have maintained their position as one of humanity's favorite subjects for creative works. Internet culture has embraced cats with unprecedented enthusiasm. Cat videos and images dominate social media, with famous felines like Grumpy Cat, Maru, and Lil Bub achieving celebrity status. Studies suggest that watching cat videos online actually boosts energy levels and positive emotions while decreasing negative feelings, making them a legitimate form of emotional therapy for millions of people worldwide. Let us now examine the dietary needs and hunting behaviors that make cats the fascinating predators they are. Cats are obligate carnivores, meaning they must eat meat to survive. Unlike omnivores or even some other carnivores who can subsist on plant-based diets if necessary, cats lack the ability to synthesize certain essential nutrients from plant sources. They require taurine, an amino acid found primarily in animal tissue, which is crucial for heart function, vision, and reproduction. Without adequate taurine, cats can develop dilated cardiomyopathy, leading to heart failure. Another essential nutrient cats cannot produce themselves is arachidonic acid, a fatty acid important for skin and coat health, reproduction, and kidney function. While dogs and humans can synthesize this from plant-based linoleic acid, cats must obtain it directly from animal fats. This is why cats require a diet based on animal products rather than plants. Cats also require preformed vitamin A, which they cannot synthesize from beta-carotene like humans and dogs can. In the wild, cats obtain vitamin A from the liver of their prey. Commercial cat foods are supplemented with these essential nutrients, but this is why cats should never be fed dog food as a regular diet. It lacks these critical feline-specific nutrients. The hunting behavior of cats follows a distinctive pattern. They employ a stalk rush pounce technique rather than the endurance chase used by canine predators. A hunting cat will first spot potential prey from a distance, then slowly and carefully approach, keeping low to the ground and using available cover. When close enough, the cat will rush forward and pounce, aiming to pin the prey with their front paws while delivering a killing bite. The killing bite of cats is precisely targeted. Cats instinctively aim for the nape of the neck, where their canine teeth can slip between the vertebrae and sever the spinal cord. This is the same grip mother cats use to carry kittens, but the pressure applied is dramatically different. This hunting instinct is so strong that even kittens raised without their mothers will perform this behavior when hunting. Interestingly, cats play with their prey not out of cruelty but as part of their hunting behavior. This playing serves multiple purposes. It tires out the prey, making it safer for the cat to handle. It provides practice and refinement of hunting skills, and it may help young or inexperienced cats learn the appropriate timing for the killing bite. Mother cats will bring live prey to their kittens for exactly this purpose, to teach them how to hunt. Whisker fatigue is a genuine phenomenon that affects how cats eat and drink. When a cat's whiskers repeatedly touch the sides of a food or water bowl, the constant stimulation can become uncomfortable or even painful. This is why some cats seem to prefer shallow, wide dishes, and why they might leave food in the center of a deep bowl. It's not pickiness, but discomfort from their whiskers touching the bowl sides. Cats require significantly more protein in their diet than dogs do. While dogs can thrive on a diet containing about 18% protein, cats require at least 26% protein, and many experts recommend even higher amounts. This high protein requirement reflects their evolutionary history as hunters of small prey, which are naturally high in protein and low in carbohydrates. The way cats drink water is an elegant demonstration of physics. Unlike dogs, who use their tongues as ladles to scoop water into their mouths, cats barely touch the surface of the water with their tongues. They curl the tip of their tongue backward and pull it upward quickly, creating a column of water that rises up due to inertia. The cat then closes its mouth around this column of water before gravity pulls it back down. This happens so quickly, 4 laps per second, that it can only be observed using high-speed photography. Now let us explore the important aspects of feline health and wellness that help keep our cats thriving throughout their lives. A cat's normal body temperature ranges from 100.5 to 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit, which is higher than the human average of 98.6 degrees. This is why cats seek out warm places and why they feel warm to the touch. If a cat's temperature falls below 100 degrees or rises above 103 degrees, it indicates a medical emergency requiring immediate veterinary attention. The importance of hydration for cats cannot be overstated. Cats evolved from desert-dwelling ancestors and have a low thirst drive, obtaining much of their water from their prey. This evolutionary adaptation means domestic cats often don't drink enough water, making them susceptible to urinary tract problems and kidney disease. Feeding cats wet food in addition to or instead of dry kibble helps ensure adequate hydration, as canned food is approximately 70 to 80% water compared to dry food's 10% moisture content. Cats are masters at hiding illness, an instinct inherited from their wild ancestors who couldn't afford to show weakness to predators or competitors. This means that by the time a cat shows obvious signs of illness, they may be quite sick. Regular veterinary checkups are essential because veterinarians can detect subtle changes in weight, hydration, body condition, and internal health before they become serious problems. Dental disease is one of the most common health problems in cats, affecting up to 85% of cats over 3 years old. Plaque and tartar buildup can lead to painful gingivitis, tooth loss, and bacteria entering the bloodstream, potentially affecting the heart, liver, and kidneys. Regular dental care, including brushing when possible and professional cleanings when necessary, is crucial for maintaining a cat's overall health. Hairballs, or trichobezoars, are a common occurrence in cats due to their grooming habits. When cats groom themselves with their barbed tongues, they swallow loose hair, which usually passes through the digestive system. However, sometimes hair accumulates in the stomach and is regurgitated. While occasional hairballs are normal, frequent hairballs may indicate an underlying problem such as excessive grooming due to stress, allergies, or gastrointestinal issues that prevent normal hair passage. Obesity has become an epidemic among domestic cats, with over 50% of cats in developed countries being overweight or obese. Excess weight puts enormous strain on a cat's joints, heart, and internal organs, and significantly increases the risk of diabetes, liver disease, and arthritis. Even small amounts of weight loss can dramatically improve an obese cat's health and quality of life. The ideal body condition for a cat includes a visible waist when viewed from above and ribs that can be easily felt but not prominently visible. Diabetes mellitus affects approximately 1 in 200 to 400 cats, with obesity being the primary risk factor. Diabetic cats require insulin injections and careful monitoring of blood glucose levels. However, unlike in humans, feline diabetes can sometimes be reversed with early diagnosis, proper treatment, and weight loss. This is called diabetic remission, and approximately 30 to 90% of diabetic cats can achieve it with appropriate management. Chronic kidney disease is extremely common in older cats, affecting up to 50% of cats over 15 years old. The kidneys gradually lose function over time, unable to effectively filter waste products from the blood. Early detection through regular blood work is crucial because intervention in the early stages, through diet changes, subcutaneous fluid therapy, and medication, can significantly slow disease progression and maintain quality of life. Vaccination is important for protecting cats from serious infectious diseases. Core vaccines protect against feline panleukopenia, feline herpes virus, and feline calicivirus. Indoor cats still require vaccination because some diseases can be transmitted without direct cat-to-cat contact, carried into the home on shoes or clothing. However, vaccination protocols have evolved. Most cats don't need annual boosters for all vaccines, as immunity lasts longer than previously thought. Let us explore some common behavior challenges that cats present and understand the underlying causes and compassionate solutions. Inappropriate elimination, when a cat urinates or defecates outside the litter box, is one of the most common behavioral complaints. However, this is rarely true misbehavior. The first step is always ruling out medical causes: urinary tract infections, bladder stones, kidney disease, diabetes, arthritis that makes accessing the litter box painful, and cognitive dysfunction can all cause elimination problems. Once medical issues are ruled out, environmental and behavioral factors must be examined. The golden rule for litter boxes is 1 box per cat plus 1 extra. In a home with 3 cats, there should ideally be 4 litter boxes placed in different locations. Boxes should be large enough for the cat to turn around comfortably. Many commercial litter boxes are too small for average-sized cats. The depth of litter should be about 2 to 3 inches, and boxes should be scooped daily and completely emptied and cleaned weekly. Litter box location matters enormously. Boxes should be placed in quiet, easily accessible areas where cats won't be startled or trapped by other pets, children, or household activity. Avoid placing boxes near loud appliances like washing machines or furnaces. Some cats prefer covered boxes for privacy, while others feel trapped in them. Offering both options lets the cat choose. If a cat has started avoiding the litter box, placing a box near their preferred elimination spot can help retrain them. Scratching furniture is natural behavior, not destructiveness. Cats must scratch to maintain their claws, mark territory, and stretch their muscles. The solution isn't to stop scratching but to redirect it. Providing appropriate scratching surfaces, posts, pads, or cat trees, covered in materials cats prefer, like sisal rope or cardboard, gives them an acceptable outlet. Scratching posts should be tall enough for the cat to stretch fully and stable enough that they won't tip over. Placement of scratching posts is crucial. Cats often scratch after waking from sleep, so placing posts near sleeping areas encourages use. They also scratch to mark territory in prominent locations, so posts should be placed in main living areas, not hidden away. If a cat has chosen a particular piece of furniture to scratch, place a scratching post directly in front of it, then gradually move the post to a more convenient location once the cat consistently uses it. Aggression in cats has many forms and causes. Play aggression occurs when cats don't distinguish between appropriate play objects in human hands or feet, often because they were allowed or encouraged to play rough as kittens. Fear aggression happens when cats feel threatened and unable to escape. Redirected aggression occurs when a cat, aroused by something they can't access like an outdoor cat visible through a window, attacks the nearest target. Understanding the type and trigger for aggression is essential for addressing it. Petting-induced aggression puzzles many cat owners. A cat who seems to be enjoying affection suddenly bites or scratches the person petting them. This isn't randomness. Cats have varying tolerance levels for physical contact, and they communicate their growing discomfort through subtle signs: tail twitching, ears turning back, skin rippling, stiffening body. Learning to recognize and respect these warnings prevents bites and strengthens the human-cat bond. Excessive vocalization, especially in senior cats, often indicates underlying issues. Medical problems like hyperthyroidism, high blood pressure, or cognitive dysfunction can cause increased vocalization. Deaf cats may vocalize more loudly because they can't hear themselves. Cats may also become more vocal when seeking attention, anxious, or uncomfortable. A sudden increase in vocalization always warrants a veterinary examination to rule out medical causes. Inter-cat aggression in multi-cat households can range from subtle bullying to violent fights. Cats are not naturally social with unfamiliar cats, and even cats who once got along may develop conflicts. Resource competition is common. Ensure multiple feeding stations, water bowls, litter boxes, and perching areas so cats don't need to compete. Sometimes, temporarily separating feuding cats and slowly reintroducing them as if they're meeting for the first time can reset their relationship. Now let us discover how to create an enriching environment that satisfies a cat's physical and psychological needs, keeping them happy and healthy indoors. Vertical space is extraordinarily important for cats. In the wild, cats climb trees to survey their territory, escape threats, and rest safely. Providing cat trees, wall-mounted shelves, or even cleared bookcases allows cats to access this crucial vertical dimension. Height provides security. Cats feel safer when elevated, and reduces stress in multi-cat households by allowing cats to occupy the same room at different heights rather than competing for floor space. Window perches offer endless entertainment for indoor cats. A secure perch position where a cat can watch birds, squirrels, and outdoor activity provides mental stimulation and satisfies their natural hunting instincts through visual engagement. Some cat owners even create cat TV by placing bird feeders outside windows specifically for their cat's viewing pleasure. On sunny days, window perches also provide coveted warm spots for napping. Interactive play is essential for indoor cats' physical and mental health. Play satisfies hunting instincts, provides exercise, strengthens the human-cat bond, and prevents boredom-related behavior problems. The key is using toys that mimic prey behavior, small toys that scuttle, dart, and hide like mice or flutter and dive like birds. Wand toys with feathers or small attachments that the human controls create the most satisfying play experience, allowing cats to stalk, chase, pounce, and catch. The importance of play routine cannot be overstated. 2 15-minute play sessions daily, ideally before meal times, mimics the natural hunt-eat-sleep cycle. This routine particularly benefits energetic cats who wake their owners at dawn, A vigorous play session before bedtime followed by a meal helps cats sleep through the night. Play sessions should end with a successful catch, allowing the cat to feel satisfied by their hunt. Puzzle feeders and food dispensing toys tap into cats' natural foraging instincts. In the wild, cats don't eat from a bowl, they hunt for food throughout the day, consuming multiple small meals. Puzzle feeders make cats work for their food, providing mental stimulation and slowing down cats who eat too quickly. Even simple adaptations, like hiding small portions of dry food around the house for cats to discover, can significantly enrich their daily routine. Catnip, a member of the mint family, contains a compound called nepentolactone that triggers a response in about 70% of cats. The sensitivity to catnip is hereditary, and cats who don't respond to it lack a specific gene. The response includes rolling, rubbing, purring, and playful or hyperactive behavior, lasting about 10 to 15 minutes before the cat becomes temporarily immune for about 30 minutes. Catnip is completely safe and non-addictive, making it a harmless way to provide enrichment. Silver vine, valerian root, and Tartarian honeysuckle are alternative plants that affect cats similarly to catnip. Some cats who don't respond to catnip respond enthusiastically to these alternatives. These plants contain different active compounds that trigger similar euphoric responses. Offering variety keeps enrichment interesting and ensures that even catnip-insensitive cats can enjoy plant-based stimulation. Hiding places and cozy retreats are as important as play and activity. Cats need safe spaces where they can retreat from household activity, rest undisturbed, and feel secure. Covered cat beds, cardboard boxes, cat tunnels, or even a towel draped over a chair create these essential hideaways. Multiple retreat options throughout the home ensure cats can always find security, particularly important in busy households or during stressful times. Rotation of toys maintains interest in novelty. Rather than leaving all toys available constantly, keep most toys stored and rotate them weekly, bringing out different toys while putting others away. This prevents habituation, cats becoming bored with always available toys, and makes each toy feel new and exciting again. This simple strategy maximizes the value of your cat toy collection without constantly buying new items. Let us now delve into the scientific understanding of the remarkable bond between cats and humans, and how these relationships benefit both species. Research has demonstrated that cat ownership provides measurable health benefits. Cat owners have lower blood pressure and reduced stress levels compared to non-pet owners. The act of petting a cat releases oxytocin, often called the love hormone, in both the human and the cat, promoting feelings of bonding and well-being. Studies have shown that cat owners have a reduced risk of heart attack and stroke, with one study suggesting a 30% reduction in heart attack risk. The frequency of a cat's purr, between 25 and 150 Hz, falls within a range that has been shown to have therapeutic effects. These vibrations can promote healing of bones, tendons, and muscles, reduce pain and swelling, and ease breathing. Some physical therapists use vibration therapy at similar frequencies for healing. Whether cats evolved purring for self-healing or it's a beneficial side effect, the therapeutic value is real and extends to the humans who live with them. Cats form genuine attachments to their human companions. A 2019 study adapted from research used with dogs and human infants found that cats display attachment styles similar to human children with their caregivers. About 65% of cats showed secure attachment to their owners, seeking comfort when stressed and exploring confidently when their owner was present. This scientific evidence confirms what cat lovers have always known: cats form real, meaningful bonds with their humans. The way cats learn about us is fascinating. Research shows that cats pay close attention to human emotions and behavior, adjusting their own behavior accordingly. They can distinguish their owner's voice from strangers' voices and recognize their owner's footsteps. Cats also demonstrate referential learning, looking to their owner's reactions when encountering something unfamiliar to determine whether it's safe or threatening. Cats communicate with humans differently than they communicate with other cats. While cats rarely meow at each other as adults, they develop extensive vocal communications specifically for humans. Each cat-human relationship develops unique communication patterns, with cats learning which vocalizations elicit which responses from their particular human. This personalized communication system demonstrates remarkable cognitive flexibility and social learning. The phenomenon of cats bringing prey to their humans has been studied extensively. While popular belief suggests cats view their humans as incompetent hunters in need of feeding or teaching, the truth is more complex. Cats may be bringing prey to a safe place, sharing resources with their social group, or engaging in displaced hunting behavior, continuing to hunt even when hunger is satisfied because the hunting instinct is strong. Regardless of motivation, this behavior demonstrates that cats consider their humans part of their social group. Senior citizens benefit particularly strongly from cat companionship. Cats provide routine and purpose, combat loneliness, and encourage physical activity through their care requirements. Unlike dogs, cats don't require walks, making them ideal companions for people with limited mobility. The companionship of a cat has been shown to reduce depression and improve quality of life for elderly individuals, particularly those living alone. Children who grow up with cats may have reduced risk of allergies and asthma. The hygiene hypothesis suggests that exposure to pet allergens and microbes in early childhood helps train the immune system, potentially reducing allergic sensitization. Studies have shown that children exposed to cats in their first year of life have lower rates of allergic diseases. However, this is still an area of ongoing research with some conflicting findings. The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the importance of companion animals, including cats, for mental health. Studies conducted during lockdowns found that pet owners reported less loneliness and better mental health than non-pet owners. Cats provided routine, comfort, and companionship during a profoundly stressful and isolating time, demonstrating their value not just as pets but as family members who contribute to emotional resilience and well-being. Let us journey now into the world of wild cats, exploring the magnificent relatives of our domestic companions and understanding their place in nature. The family Felidae includes 41 species of cats, ranging from the tiny rusty spotted cat, weighing less than 3 pounds, to the Siberian tiger, which can weigh over 600 pounds. Despite their dramatic size differences, all cats share fundamental characteristics. They're digitigrade carnivores with retractable claws, specialized teeth for cutting meat, exceptional vision and hearing, and similar hunting strategies adapted to their specific prey and environments. The African wildcat, Felis libica, is the primary ancestor of all domestic cats. These small wildcats still exist in the wild across Africa and the Middle East, and they look remarkably similar to tabby domestic cats. DNA analysis has confirmed that all domestic cats, regardless of breed, descended from these African wildcats who began associating with human settlements about 10,000 years ago. Interestingly, African wildcats can interbreed with domestic cats, producing fertile offspring. The cheetah is the world's fastest land animal, capable of reaching speeds up to 70 miles per hour. Unlike other cats, Cheetahs cannot fully retract their claws, which provides better traction during high-speed chases, similar to cleats on running shoes. Cheetahs are also the only cats that cannot roar. Instead, they chirp, purr, and make bird-like sounds. Their lightweight build, long legs, and flexible spine make them perfectly engineered for speed, though they sacrifice the strength and climbing ability other cats possess. Lions are unique among cats for their social structure. While most cats are solitary, lions live in groups called prides, typically consisting of related females, their cubs, and a small number of adult males. This social structure allows lions to cooperatively hunt large prey and defend territories. Male lions are distinguished by their manes, which serve to attract females and intimidate rival males. The darkness and fullness of a lion's mane indicate his health and genetic quality. Tigers are the largest of all cats, with Siberian tigers being the largest subspecies. Tigers are powerful swimmers, unlike most other cats, and have been observed swimming several miles. Each tiger's stripe pattern is unique, like human fingerprints, and the stripes aren't just on their fur, they extend to the skin beneath. Tragically, tigers are endangered, with fewer than 4,000 remaining in the wild due to habitat loss and poaching. Leopards are perhaps the most adaptable of the big cats, found in diverse habitats from African savanna to Asian rainforests to Middle Eastern deserts. They're exceptional climbers and often haul their prey into trees to protect it from scavengers. The black panther is not a separate species but a melanistic color variant of leopards or jaguars. If you look closely in the right light, you can see the spots beneath the black coat. This melanism is caused by a genetic mutation and may provide camouflage advantages in dense forests. Snow leopards inhabit the high mountains of Central Asia, living at elevations up to 18,000 feet. They're perfectly adapted to their cold, harsh environment with thick fur, including fur on the bottom of their paws for insulation and traction on snow. Their enormous tail, as long as their body, serves as a counterbalance when navigating steep, rocky terrain and wraps around their body for warmth during rest. Snow leopards are endangered, with perhaps 4,000 to 6,500 remaining in the wild. The jaguar is the only big cat in the Americas and the third largest cat species overall. Jaguars have the strongest bite force relative to size of any cat, capable of piercing turtle shells and caiman skulls. Unlike most cats who kill prey by suffocating them with a throat bite, jaguars often kill by biting directly through the skull and into the brain. Jaguars are also strong swimmers and fish, unusual behavior for big cats. The lynx species, including the Canadian lynx, Iberian lynx, Eurasian lynx, and bobcat, are medium-sized cats characterized by their tufted ears, facial ruffs, and short tails. Their large paws act like snowshoes, distributing their weight and allowing them to hunt effectively in deep snow. The Canada lynx's population is closely tied to snowshoe hare populations, their primary prey, cycling in synchrony in a classic predator-prey relationship documented over decades. Now let us turn our attention to the critical work of cat conservation and the challenges facing wild cat species around our world. Of the 41 wild cat species, most are threatened or endangered. Habitat loss is the primary threat. Forests are cleared, grasslands converted to agriculture, and wild spaces fragmented by roads and development. As human populations expand, wild cats find themselves with less space and fewer prey animals, forcing them into conflict with humans when they prey on livestock or venture into populated areas. The illegal wildlife trade poses an enormous threat to wild cats. Tigers, leopards, and other species are poached for their skins, bones, and other body parts used in traditional medicine, despite no scientific evidence of medicinal value. The high prices commanded by these products fuel organized poaching operations. International cooperation and enforcement of wildlife trade laws are essential for protecting these species, though enforcement remains challenging in many regions. Human-wildlife conflict occurs when wild cats prey on livestock, leading to retaliatory killing by farmers and herders whose livelihoods are threatened. Conservation programs that compensate livestock owners for losses, provide technical assistance in protecting livestock, and promote coexistence strategies have shown success. Education about the ecological importance of predators and their role in maintaining healthy ecosystems helps build support for conservation. The concept of umbrella species is important in conservation. Protecting large predators like tigers requires preserving vast territories of habitat, which simultaneously protects countless other species sharing that ecosystem. A single tiger's territory can span 20 to 400 square miles depending on prey availability, so protecting tiger populations means preserving enormous swaths of habitat that benefit entire ecological communities. Rewilding and habitat corridor creation are modern conservation strategies. Rather than isolating protected areas, conservationists work to create wildlife corridors connecting fragmented habitats, allowing genetic exchange between populations and providing animals safe passage through human-dominated landscapes. These corridors are crucial for maintaining genetic diversity and population viability, particularly for wide-ranging species like leopards and cougars. Captive breeding programs serve as insurance populations for critically endangered species. When the Iberian lynx population dropped to fewer than 100 individuals, making it the world's most endangered cat species, intensive captive breeding and reintroduction efforts began. These programs have successfully increased the population to over 1,000 individuals. However, captive breeding is expensive, complex, and best viewed as a last resort. Habitat preservation is always preferable. The role of zoos in conservation has evolved. Modern accredited zoos participate in species survival plans, coordinating breeding programs to maintain genetic diversity and serving as educators, introducing millions of people to wildlife and conservation issues. Many zoos fund field conservation projects, and some breed animals for reintroduction to the wild. However, the ethics of keeping large predators in captivity remain debated, with advocates arguing for larger, more natural enclosures and enriched environments. Camera trap technology has revolutionized the study of wild cats. These motion-activated cameras placed throughout habitats capture images of passing animals, allowing researchers to estimate population sizes, track individual animals by their unique markings, and understand behavior and habitat use without disturbing the animals. This non-invasive monitoring has revealed previously unknown information about rare and secretive cat species. Indigenous communities often hold crucial knowledge about wild cat ecology and behavior, developed over generations of coexistence. Modern conservation increasingly partners with indigenous peoples, recognizing their stewardship of land and incorporating traditional ecological knowledge with scientific research. This collaborative approach not only improves conservation outcomes but also respects indigenous rights and supports local communities. Let us now explore one of the most controversial topics in cat care: whether cats should live indoors, outdoors, or some combination thereof. The indoor cat movement gained momentum in the late 20th century as veterinarians and animal welfare organizations recognized the dramatically shorter lifespans and higher disease rates in outdoor cats. Indoor cats typically live 12 to 18 years, while outdoor cats average only 2 to 5 years. The hazards outdoor cats face are numerous. Vehicular traffic kills millions of cats annually. Predators including coyotes, dogs, and even large birds of prey attack cats. Infectious diseases spread through fights and contact with wild animals. Parasites are common, and poisoning from antifreeze, pesticides, or rodenticides occurs frequently. However, outdoor access provides cats with space to roam, hunt, and engage in natural behaviors. Proponents of outdoor access argue that cats are healthier and happier when allowed to experience the outdoors, exercise more, and express their full behavioral repertoire. This has led to compromise solutions like supervised outdoor time, enclosed outdoor spaces, and training cats to walk on leashes. Catios, or cat patios, are enclosed outdoor spaces that allow cats to experience fresh air, sunshine, and outdoor stimulation safely. These can range from simple window boxes to elaborate enclosed porches or garden spaces. Catios provide many benefits of outdoor access: watching birds and insects, climbing, basking in the sun, without exposing cats to dangers. Many cats thoroughly enjoy their catios, spending hours watching outdoor activity from safety. Leash training cats is possible, though it requires patience and the right temperament. Cats who are confident, curious, and people-oriented typically adapt best to leash walking. The key is using a properly fitted harness rather than a collar and allowing the cat to lead the walk rather than expecting them to heel like dogs. Leash walking provides mental and physical stimulation and allows cats who might otherwise be strictly indoors to safely experience the outdoors under supervision. The ecological impact of outdoor cats has become increasingly recognized. Cats are apex predators, and outdoor domestic cats impact wildlife populations, particularly birds, small mammals, and reptiles. A 2013 study estimated that free-roaming cats in the United States killed between 1.3 to 4 billion birds and 6.3 to 22.3 billion mammals annually. While these figures are disputed and the methodology debated, the impact is significant enough that major conservation and ornithological organizations advocate for keeping cats indoors. Feral cat colonies present a complex challenge. Feral cats are not socialized to humans and cannot be adopted as pets. Traditional approaches of trapping and euthanizing feral cats have proven ineffective. New cats simply move into the territory. Trap-neuter return programs, where feral cats are trapped, sterilized, vaccinated, and returned to their colony, have shown more success in humanely reducing feral populations over time while improving the health of remaining cats and reducing nuisance behaviors. The debate has cultural dimensions as well. In the UK and Australia, outdoor access is considered normal and even desirable for cat welfare. In the US, opinions vary regionally, with indoor only being more common in urban areas. These differences reflect varying wildlife pressures, predator populations, disease prevalence, traffic density, and cultural attitudes toward pets. There's no universal right answer. The best choice depends on local circumstances, individual cat personalities, and owner capabilities. Transitioning an outdoor cat to indoor living requires patience. Cats accustomed to outdoor access may protest loudly when confined. Success requires providing ample environmental enrichment, maintaining routines, offering supervised outdoor time in protected spaces when possible, and understanding that the adjustment period may take months. Some cats adapt readily while others struggle, particularly those who spent years roaming freely outdoors before restriction. Whatever choice is made, ensuring cats are spayed or neutered is crucial. Unaltered cats allowed outdoors contribute to pet overpopulation, producing countless kittens who face uncertain futures. Altered cats also display fewer problematic behaviors like spraying, fighting, and roaming, and have reduced risks of certain cancers and diseases. The vast majority of animal welfare organizations strongly advocate for spaying and neutering all pet cats unless they're part of responsible breeding programs. Let us explore the unique dynamics of homes shared by multiple cats and how to create harmony in these multi-feline families. Cats are often described as solitary animals, but this is an oversimplification. While cats don't have the same pack structure as dogs or wolves, they can form complex social groups, particularly among related individuals or cats who've lived together from kittenhood. However, introducing unfamiliar adult cats requires careful management, as cats don't automatically accept new cats into their social group or territory. The social structure in multi-cat households can range from deeply bonded pairs who groom each other and sleep intertwined to cats who merely tolerate each other's presence to cats who actively dislike each other and must be kept separated. Understanding your cat's relationships helps in arranging the home environment to minimize stress and conflict. Signs of bonded cats include mutual grooming, sleeping in contact, and relaxed body language in each other's presence. Resource distribution is critical in multi-cat homes. The rule of one resource per cat plus one extra applies to food bowls, water bowls, litter boxes, and resting spots. Resources should be distributed throughout the home rather than clustered in one area, preventing resource guarding and ensuring subordinate cats aren't blocked from accessing necessities by more dominant cats. Multiple feeding stations allow cats to eat without feeling threatened or rushed. Introducing a new cat to resident cats requires a structured, gradual process. The new cat should be confined to one room initially with their own resources. Cats should smell each other under the door before visual contact. Next, swap bedding between cats so they become familiar with each other's scent. Feed cats on opposite sides of a closed door, gradually moving bowls closer. Eventually, allow brief visual contact through a baby gate or cracked door while engaging cats in positive activities like play or feeding. Social hierarchies in multi-cat households are often more subtle than in dog packs. Dominant cats may control access to resources, preferred resting spots, or even attention from humans. However, hierarchy can be fluid and situation-dependent. One cat might dominate food access while another controls the favorite sunny window perch. Respecting these social arrangements rather than trying to enforce equality often creates the most harmony. Playing favorites can create problems in multi-cat households. Even if you have a particularly bonded relationship with one cat, giving attention equally to all cats reduces jealousy and competition. This doesn't mean you can't have special activities with individual cats, but ensuring each cat receives dedicated one-on-one time with you strengthens bonds and reduces tension. Group play sessions benefit multi-cat households by providing simultaneous enrichment and redirecting potential aggression into appropriate play behavior. Using multiple interactive toys so each cat can engage separately prevents competition during play. After vigorous play, cats are typically calm and satisfied, reducing the likelihood of conflict. These sessions also help shy or subordinate cats gain confidence in a structured, positive environment. Age differences between cats affect their relationships. kittens and young cats typically play more vigorously and frequently than older cats, which can irritate senior cats who prefer quiet. Providing separate play opportunities for energetic young cats and quiet resting spaces for older cats helps both age groups coexist peacefully. Sometimes, adopting cats in pairs, particularly siblings or bonded pairs from shelters, creates more balanced households where cats can play with each other rather than bothering a single resident cat. Signs of stress in multi-cat households include changes in eating or litter box habits, excessive vocalization, hiding, over-grooming, and increased aggression. If cats are chronically stressed despite environmental modifications, they may need separate living spaces or, in extreme cases, rehoming to single-cat households. Feline pheromone products like Feline can help reduce tension by mimicking the calming pheromones cats produce naturally. Consulting with veterinary behaviorists provides professional guidance for particularly challenging situations. As we near the end of our journey through the world of cats, let us look forward and consider the evolving relationship between cats and humans. Advances in veterinary medicine continue to extend and improve cats' lives. New treatments for cancer, kidney disease, diabetes, and other conditions that once were quickly fatal now offer years of quality life. Regenerative medicine, including stem cell therapy, shows promise for treating arthritis and other degenerative conditions. Veterinary dentistry has advanced significantly, with better recognition that dental health profoundly impacts overall health and longevity. Genetic research is unlocking the secrets of feline health, identifying the genetic basis for breed-specific diseases and inherited conditions. This knowledge allows breeders to make informed decisions, avoiding breeding cats who carry genes for serious diseases. Understanding feline genetics also aids in developing targeted treatments and potentially gene therapies for genetic diseases. The cat genome was fully sequenced in 2007, opening doors for research that continues to expand. Technology is changing how we care for cats. Automated litter boxes, timed feeders, water fountains that encourage drinking, and interactive toys keep cats engaged even when owners are away. Pet cameras allow owners to check on cats remotely and even interact with them. Microchip technology has evolved from simple identification chips to GPS tracking collars, though cat-specific tracking technology continues improving to accommodate cats' unique needs and smaller sizes. The One Health concept recognizes that human health, animal health, and environmental health are interconnected. Research on feline diseases sometimes provides insights into similar human conditions. For instance, research on feline immunodeficiency virus has contributed to HIV research. Understanding chronic kidney disease in cats may eventually benefit human nephrology. This interconnected view of health emphasizes that advancing veterinary medicine benefits human medicine and vice versa. Climate change presents challenges for both wild and domestic cats. Wild cat habitats are shifting as temperatures change, potentially forcing range expansions or contractions. Domestic cats in areas experiencing more extreme heat require careful management to prevent heat stroke. Rising global temperatures may also affect disease distribution, bringing tropical parasites and diseases into new areas. Understanding and preparing for these changes is essential for cat welfare. The cat fancy, the world of cat breeding and showing, continues evolving. New breeds occasionally emerge from spontaneous mutations or intentional crosses between existing breeds. However, there's growing awareness about ethical breeding practices, with emphasis on health over appearance. Some extreme features bred into cats, such as the extremely flat faces of some Persian variants, cause health problems including breathing difficulties. Responsible breeding prioritizes welfare over aesthetics. The internet's love affair with cats shows no signs of diminishing. Cats have dominated online content since the early internet, from the earliest memes to modern TikTok videos. This massive online presence has positive aspects, raising awareness about cat welfare, facilitating pet adoption through social media, and connecting cat lovers worldwide. However, it's important to ensure that viral cat content doesn't inadvertently promote poor care practices or exploitation of animals for views. Shelter and rescue work continues adapting to better serve cats. Many shelters have moved toward free-roam cat rooms rather than individual cages, reducing stress and allowing adopters to observe cats' personalities more naturally. Foster-based rescues place cats in home environments, which better prepares them for adoption while freeing shelter space for new intakes. The concept of community cats acknowledges that some cats, particularly ferals, are better served by managed outdoor colonies than shelter placement. The human-animal bond with cats will continue evolving as we deepen our understanding of feline cognition, emotion, and needs. As research reveals the depth of cats' emotional lives and their capacity for attachment, relationship, and even empathy, our responsibilities as their companions become clearer. Cats have chosen to live alongside humans for 10,000 years, adapting themselves to our lives while maintaining their essential wild nature. Honoring that bond means providing for their physical, mental, and emotional welfare throughout their lives. Let us delve deeper into the sophisticated communication systems that cats use to express themselves and interact with their world. The chirp or trill sound that cats make is a friendly greeting, often used between mother cats and their kittens. When your cat trills at you, they're using the same vocalization a mother cat uses to tell her kittens to follow her. It's a sound of acknowledgement and affection, essentially saying hello or come with me. Many cats develop the habit of trilling when their humans come home, combining the greeting with figure-8 walking around their legs, a double dose of feline welcome. Chattering is the distinctive sound cats make when they see prey they cannot reach, typically birds or squirrels outside a window. The cat's jaw quivers rapidly while making a stuttering sound. Scientists debate the purpose of this behavior. Some believe it's frustration, others suggest it mimics the killing bite motion, and some theorize it might mimic bird calls. Regardless of the reason, it's unmistakably a hunting-related behavior that demonstrates how deeply ingrained predatory instincts are, even in well-fed domestic cats. Hissing is a defensive sound that cats make when they feel threatened. The hiss resembles a snake's warning sound, and some researchers believe this similarity is either evolutionary mimicry or convergent evolution, two different species developing similar warning sounds because they're effective. A hissing cat is saying, "Stay away, I'm prepared to defend myself." It's important to respect this boundary. Pushing a hissing cat often escalates to scratching or biting. The yowl is a long, drawn-out wailing sound that can be quite unsettling. Intact male and female cats yowl during mating season, females in heat announcing their receptivity and males responding to or competing over females. Elderly cats may yowl due to cognitive dysfunction or discomfort from medical conditions. The eerie quality of cat yowls has contributed to cats' association with the supernatural in various cultures throughout history. Ear position reveals much about a cat's emotional state. Forward-facing ears indicate interest and alertness. The cat is engaged with their environment. Ears turned to the sides suggest irritation or anxiety. Ears flattened backward against the head signal fear or aggression, as the cat protects these vulnerable appendages during potential conflict. Cats can move each ear independently, which allows them to monitor multiple sound sources simultaneously while their ear positions reveal their emotional response. Whisker position also communicates emotion. Relaxed whiskers naturally fan slightly forward and to the sides. When a cat is curious or hunting, whiskers push forward to gather maximum sensory information. Frightened or aggressive cats pull their whiskers back against their face, both protecting them and making their face appear smaller and less threatening. Observing whisker position alongside ear position and tail movement provides a complete picture of a cat's emotional state. The slow approach followed by a head bump or cheek rub is called bunting, and it's one of the most affectionate behaviors cats display. By rubbing their scent glands on you, cats are not just marking you as their territory, they're creating a shared scent profile that identifies you as part of their family group. Cats in bonded groups regularly bunt each other, mixing their scents and reinforcing social bonds. When your cat bunts you, they're including you in their intimate social circle. The belly exposure when a cat rolls on their back is often misunderstood. While dogs typically present their belly as an invitation for rubs, cats usually display their belly as a sign of trust, showing their most vulnerable area because they feel safe. However, this doesn't necessarily mean they want belly rubs. Many cats will trap and bite hands that attempt to touch their exposed belly. It's a greeting and a compliment, but not always an invitation. Learning whether your particular cat enjoys belly rubs or prefers other forms of affection is part of knowing their unique personality. The making biscuits or kneading behavior is accompanied by other signs of contentment, purring, half-closed eyes, and a relaxed body. Some cats drool when extremely content, particularly during kneading sessions. This is perfectly normal, though the drool combined with claws pressing into your lap can make this display of affection somewhat challenging to receive. The intensity of kneading varies among individual cats, with some barely moving their paws and others engaging in vigorous, full-body kneading sessions. Now let us explore some of the most remarkable and sometimes surprising abilities that cats possess. Cats can rotate their ears 180 degrees, allowing them to pinpoint sound sources with remarkable accuracy. Each ear can move independently, so a cat can listen to two different sound sources simultaneously. This extraordinary directional hearing helps cats locate prey even when it's hidden in grass or underground. The ear movements are controlled by approximately 32 muscles in each ear, compared to the 6 muscles humans have for ear movement. The Jacobson's organ, also called the vomeronasal organ, gives cats an additional sense beyond the traditional 5. Located in the roof of the mouth, this organ detects pheromones and other chemical signals. When a cat makes the Feline response, that open-mouthed grimace that looks like a smile or sneer, they're drawing air into the Jacobson's organ for chemical analysis. This is particularly important for detecting reproductive status of other cats, territorial markers, and identifying individuals. Cats have a highly developed sense of time, operating on an internal circadian rhythm that's remarkably precise. Regular feeding times, play sessions, or the time when household members typically arrive home become deeply ingrained. Many cat owners report their cats waiting by the door minutes before they arrive home, or demanding meals within minutes of their usual feeding time. This time sense is tied to both internal biological rhythms and learned patterns, demonstrating cats' observational learning and memory. Terminal velocity for falling cats is approximately 60 miles per hour, which they typically reach after falling about 5 stories. Interestingly, cats have a better survival rate from falls of 7 to 9 stories than from falls of 2 to 6 stories. This counterintuitive finding may be because cats reach terminal velocity and then relax, spreading their bodies like flying squirrels, which increases air resistance and distributes impact across more of their body. During shorter falls, cats may still be trying to rotate to land on their feet, resulting in less optimal landing positions. Cats can jump up to 9 feet vertically from a standing position. This extraordinary jumping ability comes from their powerful hind leg muscles and their flexible spine, which acts like a spring, storing and releasing energy. When preparing to jump, a cat crouches low, compressing their spine and loading their leg muscles, then releases all that stored energy in one explosive motion. This allows cats to access high places for safety, hunting vantage points, and rest. A cat's cardiovascular system is remarkably efficient. Their heart is approximately 0.5% of their body weight, similar to humans proportionally, but beats much faster, between 140 and 220 beats per minute at rest. This rapid heart rate is perfectly normal for cats and allows them to quickly oxygenate their muscles for sudden bursts of activity. During intense play or hunting, a cat's heart rate can increase even further, supporting the explosive energy expenditure of their predatory lifestyle. Cats can see in color, contrary to old beliefs that they saw only in black and white, but their color vision is different from humans. Cats have 2 types of color receptors, cones, compared to humans' 3 types. They see blues and greens well but have difficulty distinguishing reds and pinks, which may appear more greenish. This dichromatic vision is similar to red-green color blindness in humans. However, this trade-off allows cats to have more rod cells for night vision, reflecting their crepuscular hunting lifestyle. The healing power of cat purrs extends beyond promoting bone and tissue healing. The frequency of purring has been associated with pain relief, reduced stress, and lower blood pressure. Some researchers theorize that purring evolved as a low-energy way to stimulate bones and tissues during long periods of rest and sleep, preventing atrophy. The fact that injured or sick cats often purr may be self-medication, using the healing vibrations to comfort themselves and promote recovery. Cats have an incredible ability to fit through tight spaces due to their lack of a rigid collarbone and their flexible spine. If a cat can get their head through an opening, they can usually get their entire body through. This ability served wild cats well, allowing them to pursue prey into burrows and hide in small spaces from predators. Domestic cats retain this ability, which explains how they can vanish into impossibly small spaces when frightened or curious, sometimes getting stuck in places that perplex their humans about how they even accessed. Let us explore how cats have contributed to scientific understanding and how research has illuminated the mysterious workings of the feline mind and body. In the 1960s, researchers discovered that cats who were raised in environments with only vertical lines could not perceive horizontal lines, and vice versa. This groundbreaking research demonstrated that visual perception is partly learned during critical developmental periods and that neural connections form based on environmental exposure. These studies revolutionized understanding of brain plasticity in critical periods in development, with implications far beyond feline neurology. Cats played an unexpected role in understanding how the brain processes visual information. In work that earned them a Nobel Prize, David Hubel and Torsten Wiesel used cats to map how individual neurons in the visual cortex respond to specific orientations and movements. This research revealed that the visual cortex is organized in columns, with neurons arranged systematically based on what features they detect. This foundational work shaped modern neuroscience and our understanding of sensory processing. The study of feline infectious peritonitis, a devastating disease caused by a coronavirus, has contributed to coronavirus research broadly. Understanding how this virus mutates and affects cats has provided insights into coronavirus behavior, mutations, and immune responses. While FIP affects cats and human coronaviruses affect humans, the research crossover demonstrates how veterinary medicine and human medicine inform each other through comparative pathology. Cats have been subjects in balance in vestibular system research due to their extraordinary writing reflex. High-speed photography studies of falling cats revealed the complex biomechanics involved in their mid-air rotation. The cat's tail acts as a counterbalance, their flexible spine twists in segments, and their legs extend at precise moments, all occurring in fractions of a second. This research has applications in understanding human balance disorders and even influenced spacecraft orientation systems. Research on cat cognition has revealed sophisticated mental abilities previously underestimated. Studies show cats can distinguish quantities, understand cause and effect, recognize their owner's voice and emotions, and even demonstrate basic understanding of physics. They look longer at physically impossible events, suggesting surprise when objects behave in ways that violate physical laws. These findings challenge the perception of cats as aloof or unintelligent, revealing complex cognitive processing. The genetics of cat coat colors and patterns has been extensively studied, providing insights into mammalian genetics more broadly. The orange coat color gene's location on the X chromosome makes cats excellent subjects for studying sex-linked inheritance. The piebald spotting in tuxedo and bicolor cats helps researchers understand how pigment cells migrate during embryonic development. Every genetic pattern seen in domestic cats helps scientists understand broader principles of inheritance and development. Toxoplasmosis research using cats as the definitive host has revealed complex parasite-host interactions. Toxoplasma gondii can only sexually reproduce in cats, but it infects many warm-blooded animals, including humans. Research has shown that this parasite can alter behavior in rodents, making them less afraid of cats, essentially manipulating host behavior to increase the parasite's transmission. This research raises fascinating questions about parasites' ability to modify behavior and has implications for understanding behavioral changes associated with toxoplasmosis in various species. Studies of feral cat colonies have provided insights into feline social structure and behavior. Researchers observing cat colonies have documented that related female cats often form cooperative groups, sharing kitten-rearing duties and defending territories together. Male cats typically have larger territories overlapping multiple female territories. These observations reveal that cats are more social than previously believed, with complex social structures that vary based on resource availability and genetic relatedness. Cats have contributed to understanding animal domestication through genetic studies comparing domestic cats to wild cats. The relatively light genetic changes between domestic and wild cats demonstrate that domestication doesn't always require extensive selective breeding or profound genetic changes. Cats domesticated themselves through self-selection, with bolder, friendlier wildcats thriving near human settlements. This commensal domestication pathway differs from the intensive selective breeding that created domestic dogs, offering a different model of how domestication can occur. Let us now explore how cats serve as healers, companions, and spiritual presences in human lives. Therapy cats work in various settings including hospitals, nursing homes, schools, and counseling centers. Unlike therapy dogs, which are more common, therapy cats require specific temperaments. They must remain calm in unfamiliar environments, tolerate handling by strangers, and adapt to wheelchairs, medical equipment, and other novel situations. Successful therapy cats provide comfort through their calming presence, inviting gentle touch, and offering non-judgmental companionship to people experiencing stress, illness, or trauma. The presence of a cat has measurable effects on human stress levels. Studies using physiological measurements show that petting a cat reduces cortisol levels, lowers blood pressure, and decreases heart rate. The rhythmic motion of stroking fur, combined with the cat's purr vibrations and warm presence, creates a meditative state that pulls attention into the present moment. For people with anxiety disorders, PTSD, or chronic stress, these physiological effects provide real therapeutic benefit. Children reading the cats has become a recognized literacy intervention. Programs like Book Buddies have children read aloud to calm, non-judgmental cats. For children who struggle with reading or feel anxious reading aloud to people, cats provide a patient audience. The child receives the benefits of reading practice without performance anxiety, while the presence of the cat creates a positive association with reading. Many participating children show improved reading skills and increased confidence. Cats provide structure and routine for people with depression or other mental health challenges. The responsibility of caring for another living being, feeding, grooming, cleaning the litter box, providing play, creates daily routines and purpose. On difficult days when a person might not care for themselves, the cat still needs care. This gentle responsibility can be therapeutic, providing motivation and routine without the demanding needs of higher-maintenance pets. The grieving process when a beloved cat dies is genuine and profound. The loss of a companion who's been present for years or decades, who's shared daily life and provided unconditional affection, leaves a real void. Society sometimes minimizes pet loss, but research shows that grieving a pet follows the same stages as grieving human loss. The bond with a cat is a relationship like any other, and its ending deserves acknowledgement, mourning, and time for healing. Cats appear in the spiritual beliefs and practices of many cultures. In Buddhism, cats are associated with meditation and spiritual awareness, embodying mindfulness and presence. In various pagan traditions, cats are familiar spirits and magical companions. New Age spirituality often attributes mystical qualities to cats, seeing them as sensitive to energies and spirits. Whether or not one believes in these spiritual dimensions, cats certainly seem to perceive things beyond human awareness, responding to sounds, movements, and perhaps energies we cannot detect. The ship's cat tradition held that cats possessed almost supernatural abilities to predict storms and ensure safe voyages. While these beliefs were superstitions, cats do sense barometric pressure changes and may alter their behavior before storms, lending credence to sailor beliefs about cats' predictive abilities. The companionship cats provided during long, dangerous voyages was equally important, offering sailors affection, entertainment, and connection to home. Animal-assisted interventions using cats have shown benefits for elderly individuals with dementia. The presence of a cat can reduce agitation, provide sensory stimulation, and trigger memories of pets from earlier in life. Even individuals with advanced dementia often retain the ability to interact with and enjoy petting a cat. The simple pleasure of touch and the cat's responsiveness provide moments of connection and joy that transcend cognitive decline. The Rainbow Bridge poem, which describes a place where pets wait for their humans after death, provides comfort to countless grieving pet owners. While not based in any specific religious tradition, this modern folklore addresses a universal hope that death doesn't end the bond with beloved animal companions. Whether literal or metaphorical, the Rainbow Bridge concept acknowledges that the love between humans and cats transcends the physical and deserves recognition and honor. Now let us examine some of the more peculiar behaviors cats exhibit and understand what drives these strange but natural feline actions. Cats sometimes race around the house at high speed for no apparent reason, behavior often called the zoom eyes or midnight crazies. This behavior is completely normal and represents a release of pent-up energy. Cats are crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk, so evening zoom eyes align with their natural activity patterns. For indoor cats who don't hunt, these bursts of speed and activity provide necessary exercise and stimulate the excitement of a hunt, even without actual prey. The obsession many cats have with boxes, regardless of size, relates to their natural denning instinct. In the wild, small enclosed spaces provide security, hiding spots from predators, and warm places to conserve heat. A box provides all these benefits. It's a defined territory, a place to hide, an enclosure that makes the cat feel secure. Studies have even shown that shelter cats provided with boxes adapt to the shelter environment faster and show less stress than cats without boxes. Some cats are fascinated by running water, pawing at water streams or preferring to drink from dripping faucets rather than their water bowls. Several theories explain this behavior. Moving water is fresher and more oxygenated than stagnant water. The movement captures their attention and triggers hunting instincts, or it may be instinct from wild ancestors who preferred running streams over still pools that might be contaminated. Cat water fountains capitalize on this preference, encouraging cats to drink more water. Cats who suckle on blankets, clothing, or even their owner's skin are displaying a behavior usually linked to early weaning. Kittens weaned too early may retain the suckling instinct into adulthood, finding comfort in the rhythmic sucking motion. Some breeds, particularly Siamese and related breeds, seem more prone to this behavior. While usually harmless, excessive suckling can damage fabrics or indicate anxiety, warranting behavioral consultation if problematic. The elevator butt response when you scratch a cat at the base of their tail is a natural reaction. This area is difficult for cats to groom themselves, and scratching it triggers an automatic lifting response. The pelvis tilts up and the tail raises. For many cats, this is an intensely pleasurable sensation. However, some cats find it overstimulating and may react negatively, so attention to individual preferences is important. The intensity of the response varies among individuals from barely noticeable to dramatic back arching and rear elevation. Cats staring intently at walls or ceiling corners often confuse and concern their owners. While folklore attributes this to seeing ghosts or spirits, the reality is usually more mundane. Cats hear frequencies we cannot and see minute movements invisible to human eyes. They may be tracking a tiny insect, responding to sounds within walls like rodents or water pipes, or watching nearly imperceptible air currents moving dust particles. Their superior senses detect stimuli in seemingly empty spaces that are, to them, quite interesting. Some cats develop pica, consuming non-food items like wool, plastic, or paper. This behavior can indicate medical issues like anemia or nutritional deficiencies, but it can also be behavioral, related to boredom, stress, or compulsive disorders. Oriental breeds seem particularly prone to wool sucking and fabric chewing. Addressing pica requires ruling out medical causes, providing environmental enrichment, and sometimes behavioral modification or anti-anxiety medication for compulsive cases. The bread loaf position, where a cat sits with paws tucked underneath and tail wrapped around their body, is a relaxed but alert posture. In this position, a cat is comfortable enough to rest but ready to move if needed. The tucked paws conserve heat and protect these vulnerable appendages. This posture is so distinctive and common that it's become iconic in cat culture, spawning countless memes about cats transforming into loaves of bread. Head pressing, where a cat presses their head against walls or furniture, is distinctly different from bunting and indicates neurological issues. This behavior suggests conditions affecting the brain, hepatic encephalopathy, brain tumors, infections, or head trauma. Any cat exhibiting head pressing needs immediate veterinary evaluation. This is one behavior where the distinction between normal and concerning is crucial. The casual head bump or cheek rub is normal. Sustained pressing of the head against surfaces signals illness. Let us explore how genetics influences not just physical traits but also behavior and personality in cats. Studies of cat personality have identified several consistent traits that vary among individuals: boldness versus shyness, sociability versus aloofness, activity level, and tolerance for handling. Research suggests these personality traits have significant genetic components, meaning kittens inherit temperamental tendencies from their parents. However, early socialization and life experiences also profoundly shape adult personality, demonstrating the interplay between nature and nurture. Different breeds show distinct behavioral tendencies, suggesting selective breeding has influenced behavior alongside appearance. Siamese and related Oriental breeds tend to be vocal, social, and demanding of attention. Maine Coons often display dog-like loyalty and enjoy water more than typical cats. Scottish Folds are frequently described as particularly sweet-tempered and adaptable. While individual variation exists within every breed, these trends suggest genetic influences on behavior. The socialization window from approximately 2 to 7 weeks of age is critical for behavioral development. Kittens exposed to varied positive experiences with people, other animals, sounds, and situations during this period typically become confident, friendly adults. Limited socialization during this window can result in fearful or unsocial adult cats. This critical period exists because the kitten's brain is rapidly developing, forming neural pathways based on experiences that will shape lifelong responses. Maternal behavior is partly genetic and partly learned. Good mothering, appropriate nursing, grooming, teaching, and protecting kittens runs in family lines. Queens who are themselves well-mothered tend to be attentive mothers. Conversely, queens who experienced poor mothering may struggle with their own litters. Breeders carefully evaluate maternal behavior when selecting breeding females, understanding that this trait passes to daughters and affects the next generation's development. Coat color has been linked to personality traits in some studies, though this research is controversial and findings are inconsistent. Some research suggests orange cats are particularly friendly, tortoiseshell cats are more independent or temperamental, the tortative phenomenon, and black cats are calm and adaptable. However, other studies find no reliable color-personality correlations. If these associations exist, they might result from linked genes, genes for coat color located near genes influencing temperament, or they might be observer bias and cultural perceptions affecting how we interpret cat behavior. The silver tabby pattern and certain other coat patterns are associated with the agouti gene, which affects whether individual hairs are banded with color or solid. Interestingly, this same gene region in other mammals has been associated with tameness and reduced fear of humans. Some researchers hypothesize that during cat domestication, selection for certain coat patterns might have inadvertently selected for temperament traits if these genes are linked, though this remains speculative. Polydactyl cats may have slight personality differences related to their different physical capabilities. Their extra toes provide enhanced grip and dexterity, allowing them to manipulate objects more effectively than typical cats. Owners of polydactyl cats often report them opening doors, windows, or containers that stump other cats. Whether this creates personality differences or simply provides different behavioral opportunities is unclear, but it demonstrates how physical traits can influence behavioral possibilities. The degree of wildness retained in hybrid breeds, cats created by crossing domestic cats with wild species like Asian leopard cats, creating Bengals, or servals, creating savannas, raises ethical and behavioral considerations. Early generation hybrids retain more wild behavioral traits, higher energy, stronger prey drive, less tolerance for handling, and potentially problematic behaviors in typical homes. Later generation hybrids, further removed from wild ancestry, typically have temperaments closer to domestic cats, though often retaining higher activity levels. Studies of feral cats who've had no positive human contact show that even without selective breeding for tameness, individual variation in boldness and tolerance exists. Some feral cats remain absolutely wild and fearful of humans throughout their lives. Others, particularly younger ferals, can be socialized with patience and become friendly pets. This variation suggests that within the cat population, genetic diversity for temperament exists even without human selective breeding, maintaining behavioral plasticity in the species. Now let us examine how modern technology is changing the lives of cats and the ways humans care for them. Microchipping has revolutionized pet identification and recovery. A tiny chip, about the size of a grain of rice, is implanted under the skin between the shoulder blades. This chip contains a unique identification number linked to a database with the owner's contact information. Unlike collars and tags that can fall off, microchips are permanent. Millions of lost cats have been reunited with their families thanks to microchips, making this simple technology one of the most important advances in pet welfare. Automated litter boxes use sensors to detect when a cat exits, then activate cleaning mechanisms that sift waste into sealed compartments. These high-tech boxes reduce odor, decrease the time owners spend scooping, and can be particularly helpful for people with mobility limitations or busy schedules. Some models connect to smartphone apps, tracking litter box usage and potentially detecting health issues through changes in elimination patterns. However, some cats find the automated cleaning mechanisms frightening, so introduction must be gradual. GPS tracking collars designed for cats are smaller and lighter than dog versions, accounting for cats' smaller size and different roaming patterns. These devices allow owners to monitor their cats' locations in real time, seeing where outdoor cats wander and receiving alerts if they leave a defined safe zone. This technology provides peace of mind while respecting cats' independence. However, some cats dislike wearing collars, and devices must be lightweight enough not to impede the cat or catch on objects. Pet cameras with two-way audio and treat dispensers allow owners to check on cats remotely, speak to them, and even dispense treats for interaction. These devices reduce separation anxiety for both cats and owners, allowing midday check-ins during work hours. Some advanced models use AI to recognize specific pets, track their activity, and send alerts about unusual behavior. The social connection these cameras facilitate benefits both species, strengthening bonds even when physically apart. Automatic feeders have evolved from simple time dispensers to sophisticated systems that recognize individual cats using microchip readers, allowing multi-cat households to control portions and diets for each cat. These feeders can regulate food intake for weight management, ensure each cat gets prescription food, and prevent food-aggressive cats from stealing from timid ones. Some connect to apps, allowing owners to feed cats remotely and monitor consumption patterns. Interactive electronic toys engage cats when owners are away or unable to play. Automated laser toys, moving feather wands, and toys that mimic prey movements provide mental and physical stimulation. However, these should supplement rather than replace human interaction. Part of play's benefit is the bonding experience between cat and human. Additionally, laser pointer play should always end with a physical toy the cat can catch, providing the satisfaction of completing the hunt. Veterinary telemedicine has expanded dramatically, allowing remote consultations for non-emergency issues. Owners can video chat with veterinarians, discuss symptoms, receive advice, and determine whether in-person examination is necessary. This technology increases access to veterinary care, particularly for people in remote areas or with transportation difficulties. However, telemedicine cannot replace physical examinations, diagnostics, and hands-on care for many conditions. Cat apps and smart devices track health metrics including weight, activity levels, eating and drinking patterns, and litter box usage. Changes in these metrics can indicate health problems before obvious symptoms appear. For instance, increased water consumption and litter box usage might suggest diabetes or kidney disease. Early detection through technology-enabled monitoring can lead to earlier intervention and better outcomes. Social media has connected cat owners worldwide, creating communities for breed enthusiasts, owners of cats with specific health conditions, and general cat lovers. These online communities provide support, share information, celebrate successes, and offer comfort during losses. While in-person veterinary care remains essential, online communities can supplement professional advice with experiences from people facing similar situations, reducing feelings of isolation and providing emotional support during challenging times with beloved cats. Let us explore the substantial economic impact cats have in the industries that have developed around feline care and companionship. The pet industry related to cats is enormous, valued at tens of billions of dollars annually in the United States alone. This includes food, litter, toys, furniture, veterinary care, grooming, boarding, pet sitting, insurance, and countless other products and services. The growth of the cat-related industry reflects both the increasing number of cat owners and the willingness of people to invest in their cat's health, happiness, and well-being. Premium and specialty cat foods represent the fastest-growing segment of the pet food market. Owners increasingly seek high-protein, grain-free, or limited-ingredient foods, reflecting greater awareness of feline nutritional needs. Raw diets, freeze-dried foods, and human-grade ingredients command premium prices. While some specialty diets address real nutritional needs, marketing also plays a role, and consulting veterinary nutritionists helps owners navigate options and separate legitimate nutritional advances from marketing hype. The cat litter industry has evolved dramatically from basic clay litter, clumping litters, crystal litters, plant-based biodegradable litters, and dust-free formulas address different owner priorities: odor control, environmental impact, tracking, dust sensitivity, or ease of disposal. Premium litters can cost significantly more than basic options, but owners often find the benefits, particularly odor control, worth the expense. The ideal litter balances cat preferences, owner priorities, and budget constraints. Pet insurance for cats has become increasingly popular as veterinary care advances and costs rise. Insurance allows owners to make medical decisions based on what's best for the cat rather than purely financial considerations. Policies vary widely in coverage, exclusions, deductibles, and premiums. While not right for everyone, some people prefer setting aside money in savings for veterinary expenses. Insurance provides financial protection against unexpected major medical costs and can be particularly valuable for purebred cats prone to genetic health issues. The boarding and cat-sitting industries serve owners who travel. Traditional boarding facilities have evolved from basic caging to luxury caters with multi-level accommodations, play areas, and specialized care. Professional cat sitters visit cats at home, reducing stress of unfamiliar environments. Pet camera technology has increased transparency, with sitters often sending photos and videos during visits. The choice between boarding and sitting depends on individual cats' stress tolerance and the level of medical or special care required. Cat cafes, originating in Taiwan and exploding in popularity in Japan, have spread worldwide. These businesses combine coffee shop or tea house atmospheres with opportunities to interact with cats, often adoptable cats from rescue organizations. Cat cafes provide socialization for rescue cats, exposure to potential adopters, revenue supporting rescue operations, and therapeutic cat interaction for people who cannot own cats due to living situations or allergies. Regulations vary by location, balancing animal welfare with public health considerations. The professional cat breeding industry, when practiced responsibly, requires substantial investment and expertise. Responsible breeders conduct health testing to screen for genetic diseases, provide excellent veterinary care, properly socialize kittens, carefully screen potential buyers, and commit to taking back cats if owners cannot keep them. Cats from responsible breeders command high prices reflecting these investments. Unfortunately, irresponsible breeders and kitten mills prioritize profit over welfare, producing kittens without health testing or proper care, often selling through pet stores or online with misleading information. Veterinary medicine specialization has grown, with some veterinarians focusing exclusively on cats and feline-only practices. These cat specialists understand feline-specific needs, create cat-friendly environments reducing stress, and stay current on advances in feline medicine. Some veterinarians specialize further in areas like feline cardiology, oncology, or dentistry. This specialization reflects the sophistication of modern veterinary medicine and the recognition that cats have unique medical needs distinct from dogs. The rise of cat influencers and celebrity cats on social media has created a new economic category. Cats with millions of followers generate revenue through sponsored posts, merchandise, book deals, and media appearances. While some criticize the commercialization of animals, these famous cats often raise awareness about cat welfare issues, promote adoption, and raise funds for animal charities. The phenomenon demonstrates cats' enduring appeal and their ability to generate genuine emotional connections even through digital media. Let us now explore some of the more unusual, rare, and exotic cat breeds that showcase the diversity within the domestic cat species. The Likoi, or werewolf cat, is a recent natural mutation discovered in domestic shorthair cats. These cats have a unique roan coat pattern, a mixture of colored and white hairs, and often partially hairless faces, giving them an unusual, somewhat spooky appearance. Despite their wild appearance, likewise are friendly, playful, and social. The mutation causing their distinctive look is natural, not artificially created, and the cats are generally healthy, though their exposed skin requires protection from sun and cold. The Khao Mani, a rare breed from Thailand, is characterized by pure white coats and jewel-like eyes that may be blue, green, gold, or odd-colored, each eye a different color. These cats were historically kept by Thai royalty and were believed to bring good fortune. The white coat results from a different gene than the one causing deafness in white cats, so Khao Manis have lower incidence of hearing problems than many white cats. Their rarity outside Thailand and distinctive appearance make them highly sought after and expensive. The Peterbald is a Russian breed created by crossing Oriental Shorthairs with Donskois, resulting in elegant cats that may be completely hairless, have a velvet coat of short hair, or have a brush-like coat. Unlike Sphinx cats whose hairlessness is recessive, Peterbald hairlessness is dominant. These cats have the Oriental body type, long, slender, with large ears, combined with the Donskois coat varieties. Like other hairless breeds, they require special care including warmth, skin cleaning, and sun protection. The Sokok, from Kenya, is one of the few truly naturally occurring breeds, developed from feral forest cats. These medium-sized cats have distinctive marble tabby patterns and long legs adapted for running and jumping. Sokoks are rare even in their native Kenya and extremely rare elsewhere. Conservation efforts both preserve the wild population and maintain the domestic breed. Their wild origin means Sokoks retain high energy levels and strong hunting instincts requiring substantial enrichment. The American Wirehair is a rare breed resulting from a spontaneous mutation in a litter of farm cats in New York in 1966. The Wirehair coat is unique. Every hair is crimped, hooked, or bent, creating a springy, resilient texture. The whiskers are even curly. This dominant mutation is rare in breeds true, meaning Wirehair cats bred together produce Wirehair kittens. Despite their distinctive coat, American Wirehairs have the friendly, adaptable temperament of American Shorthairs and make excellent companions. The Dragonly, also known as the Chinese Li Hua, is an ancient natural breed from China, possibly the only recognized breed originating from Chinese wildcats. These golden brown tabbies have been depicted in Chinese art for centuries. Dragonly cats are athletic, intelligent, and form strong bonds with their families. Their recognition as a breed is relatively recent, though their history in China spans centuries. The breed demonstrates that not all domestic cats descended from Middle Eastern wildcats. Some Chinese domestic cats have separate ancestry. The Osicat was created to look like a wild cat but is entirely domestic, with no wild blood. Bred from Abyssinians, Siamese, and American Shorthairs, Osicats have distinctive spotted coats resembling ocelots. Despite their wild appearance, they're friendly, social, and people-oriented. The breed demonstrates how selective breeding can create wild appearances without incorporating wild genetics, avoiding the behavioral challenges that come with actual wild hybrid breeds. The Ragamuffin is a large, plush-coated breed developed from ragdolls but bred for even more color variety and slightly different body type. True to their name, Ragamuffins are extremely relaxed and often go limp when held. They're known for being patient, gentle, and particularly good with children. These cats mature slowly, not reaching full size until about 4 years of age, and can weigh up to 20 pounds. Their docile temperament and teddy bear appearance make them popular family pets. The Serengeti is a newer breed developed to resemble African servals without using wild bloodlines. Created by crossing Bengals with Oriental Shorthairs, Serengetis have long legs, large ears, and spotted coats. They're athletic, energetic, and vocal, requiring owners prepared for an active, demanding cat. The development of this breed reflects ethical concerns about wild hybrid breeding, creating the wild appearance through selective breeding of domestic cats rather than introducing challenging wild genetics. As we approach the end of our extended journey through the world of cats, let us return to a place of quiet reflection and peaceful rest. Throughout these hours together, we've explored the remarkable complexity of cats, their biology perfectly adapted for predation, their senses perceiving a richer world than we can imagine, their intelligence and emotional depth revealing itself to those patient enough to watch and listen. We've journeyed from ancient Egypt to modern genetic laboratories, from wild savannas to cozy living rooms, seeing how cats have maintained their essential nature while adapting to life alongside humans. Consider the profound gift cats offer us, their presence, their companionship, their particular form of love that respects boundaries while creating deep bonds. Cats teach us that affection doesn't require constant attention, that independence and attachment can coexist, that sometimes the most meaningful communication happens in silence, a shared space, a meeting of eyes, a subtle shift in posture that speaks volumes to those who've learned to listen. The world is full of cats right now, at this very moment. Cats sleeping in sunbeams and perched on windowsills. Cats hunting in forests and navigating city alleys. Kittens tumbling over each other in play, learning the skills they'll need for life. Elderly cats resting peacefully, nearing the end of long lives. Each one an individual, each one experiencing the world through senses we can barely imagine, each one living their life according to instincts millions of years old. Think of the cats you've known, if you've been fortunate enough to share your life with these remarkable creatures. Remember specific moments that stay with you, perhaps the first night a new kitten slept on your bed, still small enough to fit in one hand but already purring with complete trust. Perhaps a difficult day transformed by coming home to a cat's greeting, their simple pleasure in your return reminding you that you matter to someone. Perhaps the hardest goodbye, holding an old friend as they passed, honoring the years of companionship with presence in that final moment. Every cat who has shared human life has left an imprint, memories, lessons, moments of joy and comfort. These impressions remain long after the cat is gone, woven into the fabric of who we are. The patience learned from coaxing a shy cat to trust. The mindfulness practiced in observing subtle feline communication. The capacity for love demonstrated by caring for a creature who cannot speak our language but communicates clearly nonetheless. As you rest now, breathing deeply and releasing the day's tensions, imagine the perfect contentment of a cat fully relaxed, muscles soft, breathing slow and even, perhaps a gentle purr vibrating through their whole body. Cats are masters of rest, understanding instinctively what many humans must relearn, that sleep is not just the absence of wakefulness but a state unto itself, valuable and necessary, to be embraced fully and without guilt. Let your breathing sync with the rhythm of a cat's purr, slow, steady, soothing. Feel your muscles relax progressively, starting from your face and moving downward through your body, releasing tension you didn't even realize you were holding. Like a cat settling into sleep, let yourself sink deeper into rest with each breath, secure and comfortable. The cats of the world will continue their eternal rhythms, hunting and resting, playing and grooming, watching and waiting. Tomorrow will bring new sunbeams to bask in, new mysteries to investigate, new moments of connection with the humans they've chosen to share life with. But for now, in this moment, all is peaceful. All is well. Sleep comes naturally when we stop resisting it, when we trust in the body's wisdom and allow ourselves to simply be. Like a cat circling twice before settling into the perfect position, find your comfort, adjust as needed, and then let yourself rest fully. May your sleep be deep and restorative. May your dreams be gentle. And may you wake refreshed, perhaps to a cat's soft paw on your face or the demanding meow that signals breakfast time, a reminder that life continues, bringing with it new opportunities for joy, connection, and the simple pleasures that cats understand so well. Rest now. Sleep peacefully. And know that somewhere, countless cats are doing the same, curled in their favorite spots, dreaming their mysterious cat dreams, embodying the perfect balance of wildness and domesticity, independence and affection, that makes them such extraordinary companions on this journey through life. Good night.